buddy? Welcome to the show. Mike, T-Roy's here. What up, T?
Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
I am just fine, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pollen in the air getting you?
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can just see yellow everywhere. Oh, it's miserable for days for guys like me.
Yeah, me too. It's not
And
good.
the cottonwoods don't help.
Dude, the cottonwoods. What idiot is planting cottonwood trees?
I don't know. They should all be torn down.
All of them. Like, there's... It's particularly bad if you have a pool. I know that's a real first world problem there.
Yeah.
But it's just, I used to never open the pool after that first week of June.
Yeah.
But we opened it early, which has been fine. But those cottonwoods, I don't know which asshole on the street has cottonwood trees.
Yeah. It's like it's
It should
snowing.
be illegal. It's like it's snowing. Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Get a shovel.
ugh. Dude, I emptied the filter basket twice today, and I scooped out of there enough to make multiple items of clothing.
Yeah.
You know, the cotton, it's just unbelievable. It's awful.
Yeah. It's
Sticks
crazy.
to everything. Cece's walking in with cottonwood shit in her eyes and her
Just
nose.
Fuzzy, extra fuzzy.
Yeah, it's just awful.
No.
It's
Yeah,
just
we had a
awful.
rainstorm come through today, and it worked. The parking lot flooded, like flash flooded, and then went down. We came out a little while later, and everyone had a yellow line on their wheels, on their tires. That it had gone up and gone down. That's how bad, like just the pollen sitting on the water.
Yeah.
They had like a yellow line. You could tell where the water had come up to on their tires.
Oh, jeez.
So,
gross.
yeah. So
Well,
I'm hanging in
hopefully
there.
It'll be over in a couple days. It usually kind of blossoms and then blows out.
Fingers
but-
crossed.
Yeah, you're going to deal with it all summer, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know, that's usually how that goes. But I'm really allergic to grass.
Yeah.
So
me
that's
too.
what gets me. That sucks.
Yeah.
You know.
Grass, mold,
Yeah.
dust,
Yeah.
cats. Fuck cats.
You mean everything that we're
Basically.
surrounded by,
Yeah,
basically? Yeah.
This whole house, yes.
Yeah. We're trying to fucking flies. Oh, I got him.
Oh, well done.
Wow.
Ninja-like.
Slow ass fly, man.
Obviously.
Just whacked one.
Yeah.
My fat fingers.
Never saw it coming.
No, he didn't. I got him. Fuck out of here, man. You don't live here.
Not anymore.
Nope. You don't live anywhere anymore. You go. Anyway, lot to get to today. Isis is not here. He will be back tomorrow. So we don't have our libtard to argue the same point over and over and over and over again.
He makes good points.
Yeah, he makes great points. And sometimes he does, but he gets stuck in a zone there. One of them in particular was about the guns in schools and what does it say about our country? You know, all that kind of stuff. Well, polls have been done, and a majority of Americans believe armed educators make schools safer. Now, what does that say about the country?
Yeah,
that seems crazy to me.
It does. I would rather have one trained professional,
Right?
than just rogue. And I'm not crazy about like having guns in the classroom. I mean, just because I can see that going sideways a lot more often than being a random shooter.
Right.
Somebody get into a fight with it. I mean, of course it'll be, locked in their thing, but it's just so many things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I don't know. I the thought of like any teacher I ever had, like going to gun training, like there's a big difference between going to the range and putting on earmuffs and holding your little gun, ping, ping, like doing that.
Right.
To get comfortable with those things, like the Crack Brothers are.
Yeah.
Where it's just second nature across the
and
board.
at that point, you're talking about basically a concealed carry, I think, almost to
Yeah.
have it.
Well, with a cop and a Marine, and a lot of those guys retire young, from those lines of work. You could easily staff one of those. I'd rather have one of those guys than Mr. Palkey with a gun.
Oh yeah,
I don't
Absolutely.
want Mr. Palkey packing heat.
Oh, exactly. Right.
Mr. Green, Miss Connolly, who were supposed to fucking health ed in 5th grade, in front of the class. I don't want them carrying guns.
No.
And like, well, I go once a week to the range and fight. No, man.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to be said for good guys with guns.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that wins very often. Not often enough, I should say. But maybe that's because there's not enough. You could argue.
Yeah, but if you paid them well.
I'm just talking about like teachers having guns, being able to carry.
Yeah.
But schools are traditionally a no gun zone, gun-free zone.
It's a little freaky. Like when I went to Mexico years ago, right? And I was staying at a resort town where it was all inclusive, had like 5 restaurants and shop. It's its own little community.
Yeah.
But when you pull in to those places, there's like fucking straight up military guys with AK-47 standing there, and they're no bullshit. And they're there as a line of defense in case anyone tries some shenanigans that would interrupt their tourism stuff.
Yeah, they can't have that.
Like, that's their currency, is they need wealthy Americans, not that I was, but they need Americans flying into those resort towns and feeling safe.
Yeah.
And you can't have some rogue element who's pissed off at the local government, local whatever, running into those places and going ham on a bunch of tourists.
Yeah, you're starting to see it now where they're coming in from the beach.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Coming in from the water side.
Yeah. And so they'll react to that and they'll change that. They'll stop that. You know, that's kind of how I see a cop in a school. Like, ignore his presence. First off, it will bridge something with kids and cops, getting to interact with them every day, getting to know them.
Yeah.
You could have some really friendly cops in there, you know, and their only job there is to wait in case that 1 in 20 million thing happens.
Yeah.
Where they're not afraid to run into the line of danger. They've been through this. They've been properly trained. Programs are set aside specifically for that. Yeah. And you just have one at a school.
Well,
and,
I mean, there's a lot of
nothing
schools
more than as a deterrent
that have safety officers, you know,
Sure.
in place now, but they serve a different role now. They serve for like enforcing the school rules.
Mm-hmm.
So they interact more on a negative way with the students, you know, when there's a fight or when there's somebody's acting up or whatever it is. You know, so I would rather see somebody in that position be not involved with the day-to-day of the school whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like literally just be sort of a line of defense, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously if something goes on in the school, then they're there to react.
Right.
And
I don't think of them as necessary for, you know, kid acts up in class, gets sent to the principal's office. Let all that shit be handled.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously, if some kid pulls a knife on another kid,
yeah,
you know,
there's somebody there. There's
someone
there.
A
legitimate threat, right?
But to me, it's like you wouldn't let a daycare run itself, right? You need some adult supervision there, if nothing more than just to go, you know, if something goes catastrophically wrong here, we've got someone here who can handle the situation. We're not leaving it up to fourth graders to deal with it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And
like
teachers.
And teachers who are not trained for that.
Not at all.
You know?
Nor should they be.
And the other thing of that is like, well, there could be a gym teacher that has a military background or a math teacher with yeah, but he's teaching math. Yeah. And he's teaching gym class half the time outdoors. Right. I want a guy stationed at the front door, knowing that's the only way into the school. Mm-hmm. You know?
Unless you prop the door open.
Unless you prop the door open. Mm-hmm. Which it sounds like she didn't do. It wasn't her fault. It was the latch's fault. Failed. Yep. You know, which is just takes a whole lot of shit off her head. But whatever. Well, you know, where it's just this is your job, dude, is to just pace these hallways.
I still have a theory on that, but whatever.
Yeah. What's your theory?
Well, that supposedly she went and closed the door, but he still came in that door because she kicked the rock out of the way, from what I heard.
Right.
But it didn't lock. It didn't latch all the way.
Yeah.
Well, that's because she had it propped open 3 inches with a little rock or whatever, and she went out and kicked that out, and the door went and shit.
Oh,
and
it didn't
have enough momentum for the closure to latch and fully close.
So she's back to being guilty of murder.
So she's back still to some liability. Had that door been closed properly, then it would have latched. I'm guessing. That's my theory.
So when they say it's a latch fail, you're like, well, lots of latches would fail.
I mean, you ever done that? You ever shut a door real softly so that it doesn't close and lock you out? It's the same principle with that. Those doors have automatic closures that slam it shut, and make it latch.
Yeah,
but that's like a hydraulic type system, that needs momentum to be able to get to that point to have it shut all the way. So to just run out there and kick it out and have it close those 2 inches, it probably didn't have enough ass to fully latch. So
that's a good point.
Had she not put the rock in there in the first place, it wouldn't probably have failed. It wouldn't have failed.
Yeah. So do you think? So you want to stick that narrative on her? Like, no. You're not blameless here. You're going to have the guilt of 21 deaths on your.
I don't want to necessarily put it on there, but I'm also going to, not just going to say, oh no, she shut the door. Well, she also didn't shut the door properly.
Yeah.
So unless they can show that it was a true mechanical failure of the latch and not the fact that because it went and shut and didn't lock all the way, which I've seen enough doors that I betting that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
So, whether it was propped open or not closed all
They
the way.
might be trying to save her mental health at this
I
point.
think so. That's fine.
You know
And
what
I don't
mean?
want to
Going,
put this
she's
all
in a
on
nut
her.
house right now.
Probably. I'm not trying to blame her by any stretch.
I remember when Bobby died, and it was hit by a truck on M59. And
I mean, in all honesty, the guy could
that trucker was like lost
yeah.
to shit.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Not his fault.
Not at all.
Anyway.
Yep.
But just seeing someone commit suicide like that, fucked that guy up. He ended up in a ward.
I mean, the guy could have been milled around until somebody walked out.
Right.
And just walked in behind him, and caught the door. So
Sure.
it's not like that was, the only way this was going to happen or be stopped.
I think most schools now, I could be wrong, but when I went and spoke at, did the reading at Sweet Pies school, I think most of them have double entrances now where you walk in, kind of like a jewelry store, where you walk in and then you get buzzed in to the second set of doors. So even if you try to follow someone in, you're not truly getting into the school. I don't know if that's
I don't
common.
know if Uvalde, Texas had that or not.
Yeah, who knows? But he got in the back door anyways.
Yeah.
But Americans, I think this is more reactionary. It's such a horrific scene. So a new poll conducted by the Trafalgar Group in partnership with Convention of States Action, COSA, shows that a majority of 2022 likely voters support having properly trained armed teachers in schools. Poll was conducted in the aftermath of the Uvalde, Texas shooting. Researchers surveyed over 1,000 likely general election voters from May 25th to 29th. The poll results have a margin of error of 2.9%. No shooting in a school is going to be stopped by gun control laws. They are going to be stopped by a variety of fairly simple on-site measures, including arming law-abiding citizens, in this case, specifically teachers, and empowering them to protect our children, schools, and communities, COSA President Mark Meckler said. A majority of voters see this clearly, despite the relentless propaganda by people who want to confiscate guns of law-abiding citizens, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on. And it's like, let's see, according to the data, 57.5% of respondents said that preventing properly trained teachers from carrying firearms in schools makes schools somewhat or much more dangerous. 30% opposed. More Republicans think that's a good idea than Democrats, but a strong amount of Democrats do too.
Yeah.
I think that's wrong.
I do too.
I honestly do.
I don't agree with arming the teachers.
No, that just screams, oh, what the hell could go wrong here?
Yeah, it does. I mean, now again, if there are some situations to where, I mean, I don't even know how you would differentiate between the two, but if somebody was, more than capable, proven more than capable of, handling a firearm, whether they were ex-military, whether they were, and you don't even have to be, you can just be comfortable with guns. You can just grow up with it, you know what I mean, and be fine with it.
Yeah.
If there's some sort of test or something that they can, pass to qualify to be able to have a gun in the school, but not to just like encourage teachers to go get their CCWs and carry guns in class. No. There's got to be some threshold of training involved with this. And like, I'm just not a fan of having guns in the classroom because I can just see how wrong that can go.
Yeah.
And that will go wrong more often than it's going to prevent any major, mass shootings.
And I'm sure there's instances where some guys would be qualified, but you're being paid to be a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Let someone else be paid to be looking over the situation. And I don't know if that means fencing entire school perimeters.
Well, you got to be careful.
Almost like a prison.
Well, that's what you have to be very careful of not doing is making it sort of the prison mentality or the military mentality. That you don't want it to be threatening in that way.
Yeah.
Even though it is for their safety, and I'm not saying the ones that are triggered by cops, but I mean, you start going through all that, it sort of has that feel to it, and it's the opposite of what we should be trying to do. Now, I know you have to protect them at all costs, but that's scary.
I mean, don't you think, every school, I don't care if it's high school, middle school, elementary school, whatever, you have an assembly with the whole student body on day one of school, and you introduce Officer Bob to everybody and say, we encourage you to go up to him. His only job here is to protect you and make sure you're safe, that this is the safest environment possible. He's not interested in being a bully.
Doesn't care if you're smoking weed in your car at lunch.
Yeah, he doesn't care. His only job is to protect your lives and make sure that you feel as safe as possible. Fact of the matter is, you're extremely safe in the school systems. You just are.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't matter. It's the reason my dad wouldn't go to opening night of Top Gun.
Yeah.
For the 1 in a billion chance that we're going to blow up his fucking theater.
It's like flying.
It's absurd.
Statistically, it's as safe as you can be. But.
And he knows that. Kids might not, though. Kids see, hot takes on the news or on podcasts or whatever, and they think, shit, it's every other school's getting shot up. No, and it's not the reality.
No, but it is trending that direction. It is definitely getting worse and more common. If it was just onesie-twosies, then you could justify that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's definitely ramping up on some level, and I don't think it's going to get to the point where it's
when was the last one before this
shooting
one?
A day?
Was it Parkland?
Well, I defined mass shooting, and we just had to Oxford.
Okay, Oxford.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but before Oxford, was it Nick Cruz at Parkland? Was there one that I'm not remembering? Does it turn out to be a casualty thing where a certain number of people have to die before it even becomes newsworthy?
I don't. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not that up on it.
But if you're talking about one a year, and maybe it ramps up to 2 a year, you're talking about 1 million school systems.
Yeah, but that's still too many.
It's way too many,
and it's way more than it ever was. So it used to be one never, and then it was one every 10 years. And it was one every 5 years, and now it's one every year, and now and then it's one every 2 years or two every year. You know, so that's what I mean. It's trending that direction. So
if you're going to do something about it, then do something about it. Don't talk about guns, taking away guns from some dude in middle America like that's going to fix the problem.
But it's not.
It's not going to fix the problem. But what might is putting a security guard at the front door of every one of these schools and going.
But it's also not just a school problem. Well, that's the latest, and that's the topic right now. But
the school is. We understand there's dangers in life, but little kids is so next level.
But when you start talking about everybody going straight to the guns, it's not a school thing. It's bigger than that. It's the Tops grocery store. It's everything that's happened,
right,
and trending that direction.
Well, 60% of homicides in this country are handguns. Have nothing to do with AR-15s.
No,
you're talking about 3% of homicide in this country is with weapons that they would call assault weapons.
Yeah.
So it's a fraction. So if you really wanted to tackle the gun issue in this country, you'd be talking about handguns. That's what's doing 60% of the killing in this country. So.
Absolutely. And I'm not for taking guns by any stretch.
No.
In all honesty, I wish everybody had a gun.
Yeah.
I think crime would go way down.
Yeah.
I really do. If everybody was armed.
And I understand the argument against that too.
Yeah. Listen, there's I still don't have a gun besides my rifle, hunting rifle. And I go back and forth. I'll probably get one here before too long.
AR-15. So what do you want?
Either way. No, I mean, I'll probably just get a handgun just to have.
Yeah.
But in my lifetime, looking back,
you would have killed someone by now?
That there's been way more times that I'm glad I didn't have it than I wish I did.
Yeah.
And that's reality.
Right.
There's times that whether something would have happened or not, I don't know. But fortunately, to this point in my life, there's never been a time where I've needed it.
Yeah.
Not saying that it won't ever happen, and I hate to be in a position where I would need it and don't have it, but there's definitely been quite a few times that I'm glad I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And
no, if you know you have it on your person, that's a much easier place to get to. If something goes even one notch up, if you're not properly trained, if you panic, if you fucking get overheated too fast, and that's like, oh yeah, well, I'll end this right now, and you've got something on your hip that can do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't have that option's not there, you're less likely to escalate it to a point where you need to draw that on someone.
Yeah.
Like it should be reserved for the most extreme cases. Some guy's breaking into your home.
Exactly.
Someone's someone's beating the shit out of your girl.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to rob you.
I saw a great video not too long ago. It was so like the chick was videoing it or whatever. It was a biker. Some guy cut him off. They flipped him off, whatever. They had words. The guy pulls over in the car, gets out, and he's, popping off with this biker dude. And then the guy pulls out a knife. The guy from the car pulls out a knife and starts like coming at him, right?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, fucking back off, back off, back off. Finally, the guy really takes a pretty good swing at him with a knife, pulls the fucking gun out.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, he had so much restraint to that point.
Yeah.
This guy, even when this guy pulled the knife out, didn't just go,
shot him, boom.
Right? Didn't just
Boom,
pull
shoot.
it out automatically, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like still tried to calm the situation down and chill this guy out. And then once he really actually kind of came at him like he was going to stab him, then pulled it out and was like, all right, bitch, drop the fucking knife.
Yeah.
And
why didn't he just drive away? He's on a motorcycle.
Whatever. I don't know. But it was just, it showed straight. But that's proper usage.
Yeah.
And didn't just pull it out and start blasting and things.
What we know about human beings.
No, and most of the time,
most of them aren't going to be that reserved.
No, and the problem
calm.
is that most of the time, it'll end up being used against you.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it properly. It'll be taken from you, whatever the case may be.
Can you imagine the first teacher in a school, by the way, who tries to take on an armed intruder and ends up getting herself shot with her own gun, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, you can be trained for it. I don't think on any level.
Different mentality, dude. That's why I'm talking about ex-military and cops, because those
you
guys
need a trained professional in that position.
That's what they do. That's what they're sworn to do. Now, it doesn't mean they're always going to win or always be right. Some of those guys freak out and panic too. Parkland, that dude sat outside having a smoke while the fucking gunfire was going on. Too cowardice to go inside the building.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's most. You think the Crackiolas would be like that?
No.
Hell no. They fucking barge into that.
No,
building.
but even if nothing else, they can be a direct line. Whether they're the first line of defense in a way, and a deterrent, hopefully more than anything, because they know you're gonna have to get past this guy to go in and go kill people.
Yeah.
But the reality is that even this, if you couldn't get in the school, every school is all fucking windows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could just walk along the outside and just spray through the classrooms if you wanted to. You don't have to be inside the school to make this stuff happen.
Well, I've heard people talking about bulletproof glass in all schools too. I know. I'm just like, that's just some of the solutions. Yeah. Like what they're talking about is having special surveillance cams around campuses and someone just watching those, looking for suspicious activity. Yeah. Bulletproof glass,
like Project Greenlight.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. But if you want to protect the kids, if that's your goal, like, hey, man, protect them like we protect federal buildings and banks, where our money is. Like, let's do that with the children, Heartbreaking story. Speaking of Uvalde, the 11-year-old girl who smeared blood on herself.
Yeah.
She went into survival mode. Her parents spoke out. Her dad said to Fox News Digital that the quick-thinking girl is still shaken after having watched her teacher and classmates gunned down.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, you're going to be shook for a bit.
8 days later, you're still shook?
Yeah.
Shocking. Mia Cirillo survived the shooting but watched her friends and teacher being killed, according to her aunt Blanca Rivera. She smeared blood on her face of one of her classmates. My sister-in-law said that Maya saw her friend full of blood, and she got blood, put it on herself. My brother said she had bullet fragments in her back. The 11-year-old seemed to be okay until Tuesday night when she got home and then had a panic attack. Around midnight, my sister-in-law called me, and she was just crying. Like, I think it just hit Maya. I think everything came to reality. We're home, and she's just crying and having a panic attack. Miguel, the 11-year-old's dad, said that she is still freaking out about what happened Tuesday. She is out of the hospital but not sleeping well. He shot the next person's door. We have a door in the middle. He opened it. He came in and crouched a little bit. He said, it's time to die. When he shot, it was very loud and it hurt her ears. Call me in 50 years, and she's still going to be shook about this.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's...
And the shock probably just wore off, really, is what it...
Yeah.
You're just numb to all that, like, just trying to process it, And
then... To a kid, a broken arm is scary.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's terrible. Like, you see someone break an arm or like that. I remember being scared as shit of that stuff when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
The idea of a guy coming in, those guns are so fucking loud, right? If you don't have ear protection in, those guns are so loud. Yeah. And on those tiny little sensitive ears, imagine guys blowing off 100 rounds in 3 minutes.
That?
Oh my God.
I had earplugs in at the range, but one wasn't, I must not have been in properly.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear out of that ear for like a day.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Like if
like
you've never been around them, they are super loud.
Yeah.
Super loud. To fire off 100 rounds in rapid succession in a couple minute span in a classroom.
Yeah, in a 20 by 20 fucking room.
I mean, dude, there's no. Those kids are going to be so screwed for so long. It's just awful.
It's one thing to be in the school and not in that classroom. It's a whole nother to be where she was.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
She's going to be fucked up.
Is that a good age? I mean, if you have to go through something like that, would you rather go through that in kindergarten or fifth grade, fourth grade?
I kind of made that point. Like, you're so young that you might have a chance to sort of
I would say that if you're
evolve.
5, 4.
Yeah, I mean,
But
they're not
10?
I don't know. I don't know. It's maybe not. Maybe it totally shapes you and fucks you for life. Maybe if you were 20, you can deal with figuring out how to cope and get around it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have the answer.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody gets over that.
You know what's something funny I've found in the news lately? You've probably noticed it too. Everything that comes out of Joe Rogan's mouth now is newsworthy.
Is it?
It's unbelievable, the amount of headlines attributed to Joe. And he's not saying anything that's not said on this show or hasn't been said fucking
So we should be on the news?
Sure. I mean, if the hot take of the day is anything that Joe Rogan says, and it's like, really, dude, you think the same comments aren't being made here about gun control, or these same conversations are conversations that Rogan's having. Mm-hmm. But everything that comes out of his mouth now is a headline, and it's a headline grabbing. Joe Rogan, he's praising the right, right now for having his back. Mm-hmm. Fox News. And his point is, who would have thought? Here I am, this fucking uber liberal.
Yeah.
And the only people that had my back when I was being attacked by everyone was the right. It's kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. He praised Fox News after he was attacked by people on the far left for interviewing vaccine skeptics on his Spotify show, as well as things he said about COVID. During the podcast, he was talking to his guest comedian, Fahim Anwar, about this narrative that comedian Dave Chappelle's jokes are transphobic, which he said just isn't true. We've said that before. Mm-hmm. Now, if you watch the special, you know that.
Absolutely.
Rogan could never have imagined years ago that it would be conservative hosts, media outlets on the right, and Fox News who would not only have Chappelle's back, but also have to have his over the information he shared on his show about COVID-19 and the vaccines. We live in this weird era where you can't even make fun of a thing unless you're a bad person. You're a hater. Like, fun equals hate now. Ricky Gervais is catching a lot of heat for his latest special, Supernature, and said it's really interesting that it's basically left-leaning websites that have a problem with Gervais, Chappelle, and Chappelle, not the right. Who would have thought that? If you look back on the early days, what we used to think of as conservative versus liberal was pro-free speech. People were open-minded, nonviolent, and people were open to other people's ideas. The right was like the suppressive nanny state, condemned certain language, condemned certain behaviors. That's not the case today. Today, the left has gone so fucking far left, so radical, that the right are the ones that are celebrating comedians and celebrating Chappelle. They had my back through all that crazy shit that happened with me. It was Fox News that fucking had my back. I'm so liberal. I talk about it all the time. I'm not a conservative, but I am pro-Second Amendment. I'm a hunter and a cage fighting commentator. I drink, I smoke cigars, I like to bow hunt.
Yeah, I mean, he's right.
It's crazy.
It kind of speaks to, how the lines have moved in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think back to, when we were kids or younger, think like 60s, 70s. You think Republicans were the stiffy, the suit and tie, the the liberals were the hippies and the weed smokers and all that. And, it's not the case anymore.
No,
it's devolved.
I think calling these people liberals is just wrong. I don't think they're liberal at all. I think they're just Marxist. They're Karl Marx. Ideology is what they're spewing. Yeah. You know what I mean about shutting down speech if it doesn't agree with you. These are these are not classic liberals.
Right, exactly.
And there are plenty
of
classic liberals you talk to that hate the woke shit too, and they don't know what to do. But it's like, hey man, that's on your team. You fucking clean up your locker room. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, but they're on your team. Mm-hmm. So clean it up.
Yeah, the Rogans, the Bill Maher's.
Yeah.
You start to see more and more like.
Jimmy Dore's a great example.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jimmy Dore's his take on guns yesterday was so absurd on its face.
Yeah.
Just remarkable. the stupidity. And I love Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to hear his retarded take on guns, and shootings and whatnot. He doesn't think cops should be sent to any altercation with, if there's a couple's, domestic dispute at the house, you should send over a counselor to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would you introduce a gun to a situation that's already volatile? I don't know. In case one of them goes fucking ape and goes ham, goes jit, at least you have someone there.
Right.
You act like just because someone shows up with a gun, they're going to pull it out and start shooting everybody.
Yeah.
It's absurd on its face. And Kurt Metzger was on there with him, and he's got to, play along as oh yeah, whatever you say, I agree with type of thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, obviously there are times you would want a cop to show up, if you don't know what the situation they're walking into is, and it's a domestic dispute incident, obviously you would want a cop with a gun. He's like, what? Hold on. Are you telling me, Kurt, that you think there's a situation where it would be logical and reasonable to have a cop show up with a gun to a situation like that? He's like, oh, well,
he's beating the shit out of her, or a knife to her throat, or any of those situations.
The wheels are turning with Metzger going, oh, shit, I backed myself into a corner where I either disagree with Jimmy, and Jimmy got hot quick.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you've got to be kidding me. I don't know what kind of fucking fantasy world you're living in.
No.
But to think that all situations, 99% of situations can be handled with just a counselor who's trained in de-escalation.
Get the
fuck out of here. No. It's just lunacy. But I can disagree with him vehemently on that. And
Absolutely.
A lot of people will disagree with me vehemently.
Let me know what these response times are for sending the counselors out, by the way.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, it's just this fantasy land. It's a fantasy. That's all it is.
Yeah. Normally it's like the neighbors calling. Like, I think he's beating the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Somebody get over here and check on that. The call doesn't usually come from in the house.
Right.
Yeah. Unless it's the 911 call and it's like, bitch, hang up the fucking phone.
Yeah. There's
Click.
just a hanging phone from the wall.
You just hear it in the background.
Yeah, exactly. It's usually someone like, I don't know. I'm just hearing glass breaking and screaming from next door. They're at it all the time. It's just, let's just send it. Let's do Jimmy Dore's plan. Let's just send a counselor and see how great that goes.
Yeah.
When you get someone who's unhinged in the moment,
right,
thinks his fucking girl is cheating on him or whatever.
Yeah.
And, okay, let's sit down. So, how are we feeling?
Yeah.
No, dude.
It's some 50-year-old broad with a fucking notepad shows up at your door.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel?
Pulls her reading glasses out. Okay. So your name is Lamont and you are Karen? Okay, good. Let's sit down. This is going to go great. We're going to smooth things right over.
Mm-hmm. Let's try some breathing exercises, shall we?
Think of your favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
What color are you thinking of?
What made you fall in love with Karen in the first place?
Lamont, would you like to speak first, or should Karen go first? Good Lord.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, hippies fucking thinking like,
yeah,
man, it'll all be great, man. It's be a love fest, man. Yeah, it'd be great. Just when there was some counselors.
Yeah, the cops are the problem.
Yeah, cops are the huge
the
problem.
domestic violence isn't the problem.
Right.
It's the police that are the problem in this situation. It's fucking hysterical.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It really is. Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Fan of Bo Burnham?
I am, actually. I'm very talented. Troubled, you could say. I mean, just one of those, stuck in his own mind.
Yeah.
But brilliant, creative,
Yeah, I thought his special, Make Happy, was awesome.
Absolutely
awesome.
Spectacular, yeah.
So a year ago, he put out, I think it was called Inside, was the name of it? No.
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 I remember seeing, it might have been that one. I saw one that wasn't great.
They're acting like it's a fucking genre-defining special. It was a mentally unstable person locked in COVID restrictions who did an hour-long special in his apartment to no audience.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure there are a couple good moments in there, whatever. But if you know anything about...
That's not the one I saw.
No. If you know anything about Bo Burnham, he started very, very young, very talented, was a YouTube star. He's young. I mean, he was 25 when Make Happy came out, maybe 5 years. So he's probably approaching 30 now. Yeah. Still a young guy. But he dropped on the year anniversary of the Inside special, Netflix special. He dropped the Inside outtakes on his YouTube channel.
Okay.
And it's pretty funny. It's obviously an attack on Joe Rogan, sort of, or us, podcasts like us.
Okay.
It's definitely an attack on that.
All right.
But I don't care. I'm not afraid to
fine.
listen to someone else's take on podcasts that are kind of fed up with the woke world and social justice warriors. So he did this podcast hosted with Bo Burnham and Bo Burnham.
Oh, okay.
In the typical fashion of how he does things, how creative he is.
Yeah, for sure.
Bo Burnham's inside the podcast with Bo Burnham and Bo Burnham.
Oh, hold on. There it is. All right. Let's see.
What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I am your host, Bo Burnham, joined in studio, as always, by my co-host, Bo Burnham.
What up, what up, what up?
And we are two comedians who are talking shit, no filter, not giving a fuck what anybody thinks.
Not a fuck.
And, not apologizing for it. So let's get into it. Might say some crazy shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
PC culture, man, it's
fucking exhausting,
right,
bro.
It's fucking out of control.
Exhausting.
It's just... our culture has been taken over by a radical group of SJW feminist freaks who hate comedians.
They hate us.
Who are
They
anti-comedy
fear us.
and anti-joke.
Totally.
And it's gotten to the point where you can't say anything.
No,
literally,
100%.
you cannot say anything.
Literally.
I will try to say something right now.
Yeah.
Watch. Yeah, and he is trying. And it's unbelievable because we've fallen so far from the heyday of comedy.
So depressing, dude.
When, Tony the Pancake was headlining the Comedy
Or
Store.
Salami Williams.
On a Tuesday night.
They would
they'd just fucking murder. Just fucking absolutely just crushing, And it sucks because these people, they don't understand comedy.
Of course not.
We're joking.
It is not that serious,
jokes,
guys.
Okay, it's not
We're
that serious.
joking
And
around.
also,
all right?
we as comedians are philosophers.
Yes,
all right. Lenny
dude.
Bruce, Richard Pryor.
we
are
hold up a
important
mirror or
history-changing cultural figures, and you need to recognize that. All right. Comedy is an art form.
Yeah, of course it is. We're artists.
It's an art form, and it's important because it's one of the only art forms that is not gay. No, no, we can't say that. But gay. But not. Now they're going to come after us, right? We're going to get canceled for saying this.
You homophobes.
We're not being homophobic.
Okay, no, it's
when we say that.
Gay is just
if there was
means
another
gay.
word that meant gay that wasn't gay, we'd use that.
would.
But there isn't one.
But there isn't. So it's gay.
But yeah, so it's really just a war on comedy that I realized. I was having a conversation with my sparring partner.
Nice.
And I realized that the war on comedy is really.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
Yeah, like I said, they're outtakes.
caught me off guard there.
I was having a discussion with my sparring partner.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Right. Yeah, that is clearly a jab.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where you can get this. Just go to YouTube and search Bo Burnham, and there's like another hour special about takes and stuff you didn't get to.
So but I'm confused. So that's an outtake from the special?
Yeah. So he was stuck in his apartment just recording whatever.
Okay. So that was something he did and then
hit the cutting room floor
and didn't make the cut. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
I don't know why that wouldn't have made the cut. I watched that special and I remember walking away going, okay, better luck next time. I'll check out the next one.
Maybe that one could have made it.
Yeah. That's funny though.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
funny.
It's a legit take, I suppose.
Sure.
But I don't think it was all that funny.
No?
Mm-mm.
I thought it was all right.
I mean, I understand the point of it,
Yeah.
but the only chuckles I got out of it were because it was a jab at Rogan.
Yeah. Sparring
and,
partner. And,
Yeah. I think there was something else I gave
Yeah,
that,
there was
but it
something
wasn't
else.
because it was overly funny.
Yeah.
It was the hypocrisy of it.
Yeah.
But hey,
I like Bo.
I do overall.
Yeah.
So
And I've
Wish
seen
him
him
well.
go head to head with some real hitters and hold his own.
good for him.
Yeah. Not easy to do.
No, definitely
A
not.
room full of,
He's brilliant, no doubt about it. No
Yeah.
question.
he's got a long storied history of like depression and I get it. I feel for him.
Mhm.
He's a troubled dude. A lot of artists are.
Mhm.
It's not uncommon. He's no different than probably the majority
That's true.
of them. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was worth.
You know what you guys could all use?
What?
Socialized healthcare. I mean, mental health care.
Yeah, sure,
Just kidding.
sure.
But this part of the show is brought to you by your insurance expert. Are you paying too much for health insurance? Are you uninsured? Health insurance can be confusing. Nick Matthews Premier Insurance Expert is an expert in health insurance, life insurance, and Medicare supplements, so you don't have to be. Call Nick Matthews at 248-914-1173. That's 248-914-1173.
Call Nick. He gets off on that stuff. Like he wants to talk health insurance with you, help you through it.
Everybody's got their thing, man.
Yeah, it's his thing. It's his jam. I'm not even kidding.
Good.
It's like, wow, if you have trouble navigating that stuff, which we all do.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk to guys like that. You do.
Yeah, you need somebody like that on your side, no doubt.
Yep. The BBC.
Big Black Hawk?
Nope.
Oh.
That would be the British Broadcasting Corporation.
Oh, yeah.
Big Black Hawk works as well, though. Mm-hmm. But they have changed a victim statement in order to avoid backlash.
Oh, arbitrarily? Like on their own?
Yeah.
Oh.
It could have been Spark if they had allowed this girl that was being quoted during a trial for misgendering her rapist.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
The BBC published a story about a woman who claims she'd been raped, but her alleged attacker was a trans woman. The BBC changed the testimony of a rape victim after a debate over pronouns of her transgender attacker. The woman referred to her alleged rapist as him, but insiders said that her words were changed to avoid misgendering the abuser in an article on the corporation's website.
Did that trans woman rape her with her vagina?
No, with her huge cock and ball set.
Big, huge cock and balls, right? Okay.
Yeah, the woman
I was just checking.
From what I understand, the woman had a nice cock and ball set that she used to rape this other woman.
A wig and lipstick or something probably, so clearly
woman.
Her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how dare the woman, the actual woman,
who was
raped by a big dick.
With a big penis, big giant cock.
Yeah. How dare she? How dare she?
Every incidents where the pronouns he or him had been used, the BBC altered the language to read they or them instead.
They should be fucking sued.
Yeah.
They should be sued.
Some journalists argued that
this is court testimony.
Yeah.
Right? That you have no right to change anything in that.
Yeah, but what about
what
about the 12 people who are going to be upset from misgendering?
That is because that again, it's a very slippery slope.
Not really.
This is court testimony. There's a stenographer that takes this down
quoting
word for word.
Yeah.
You don't get to take those liberties.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to quote them.
Yeah.
Sue them. They should be sued. They should absolutely be sued.
Some journalists argued the quote should remain intact, while others said it should reflect the trans woman's preferred she/her pronouns.
Fuck that rapist bitch fucking dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Oh, you lost those rights when you stuck your dick in somebody that didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about your feelings.
Yeah.
Dude.
Sir.
You fuck. God damn it.
Just a lady. I'm a lady.
I fucking hate
I'm a lady. Yes, did I get a little overexcited and rape someone with my huge cock and ball set? Yes, maybe, but that doesn't mean that I'm not entitled to be addressed as the lady that I am.
Oh, my God. Fuck these people. Seriously.
The woman reportedly told the BBC, I was too young to argue and had been brainwashed by queer theory. So he was a woman, even if every fiber of my being was screaming throughout. So I agreed to go home with him. He used physical force when I changed my mind upon seeing his penis, and he raped me. The same statement, as published by the BBC, reads, they threatened to out me as a TERF and risk my job if I refused to sleep with them. I was too young to argue and had been brainwashed by queer theory, so they were a woman, even if every fiber of my being was screaming throughout. So I agreed to go home with them. They used physical force when I changed my mind upon seeing their penis and raped me.
Did you say that twice, or did I just have a stroke?
No, that one was how it was originally quoted, and one was how they changed it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. No, you didn't have a stroke.
That is horrific.
Yeah.
And just completely out of bounds.
Yeah.
You don't get to put your interpretation. This is a news article.
Mm-hmm. The article in question was published by the BBC in November of 2021 and was titled Get the L Out. And it addressed the issues surrounding lesbians who felt as though they were being pressured to engage in relations with trans women who were still biologically male. I've had someone saying that they would rather kill me than Hitler, says 24-year-old Jenny. Named Jenny is obviously fake. Noting that Jenny, i.e., Jenny had been called everything from transphobic to TERF, one of my favorite people, trans exclusionary, radical feminists, and had been openly threatened with violence. They said they would strangle me with a belt if they were in a room with me and Hitler. It was so bizarrely violent. Just because I won't have sex with trans women sounds like something a guy would say.
Yeah, I think if you're,
you know what I mean? Like,
if you're
no
a
woman's
woman
gonna
and you're
say that.
lesbian, it's because you don't want a dick.
Yeah.
And so,
Shut up, transphobe.
yeah,
Just a lady. Another woman who was interviewed for the piece, called Chloe, said she felt coerced into penetrative sex with a trans woman who was still biologically male because she had been drinking and did not believe she had consented. But afterwards, because she was afraid of how people would react to her complaining about it, she said nothing. The language at the time was very much, trans women are women. They're always women. Lesbians should date them. And I was like, that's the reason I rejected this person. Does that make me bad? Am I going to be allowed to be in the LGBT community anymore? Cult anymore? Am I going to face repercussions for that instead? So I didn't actually tell anyone. That is adorable. That lesbian women are being made to feel bad, preying on their emotions, made to feel like they're not real lesbians if they won't fuck someone with a wig and lipstick and a giant cock.
Yeah.
Who's a lady too. I'm just like you.
Funniest part of that whole thing
ladies.
was that they were still biologically male.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Still. What? At what point does that change? That they're biologically male? What? Chopping the dick off doesn't change the biology. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. It sucks.
Getting the tits put in doesn't change the biology. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Doesn't work that way. And you know what, ma'am? You don't need to feel bad at all.
No.
The fact is, you were raped by a man.
Yeah.
Okay? That's how that happened. You were raped by a man. You can let all these fucking insane people that have shown up over the last few years tell you otherwise, but you know what happened. You were
raped by him.
Yeah. You were conditioned and brainwashed to believe that this man, full-on grown-ass man with a cock and ball set, was just a lady. And you started to play the game with just a lady. And then when you actually saw his cock and ball set, you decided, no, that's not what I want. And he didn't like that. And so like a fucking violent man would do, he raped you.
Yep.
He did, not she.
Not she.
There's no woman on planet Earth that can rape you with their dick.
You didn't get scissored.
No.
You
didn't squash vagines together.
Yeah. Didn't fucking shocker you.
No.
You didn't want it.
No 69 in where you're both face down in some box.
Yeah. You took cock and balls.
Yeah. From a man.
From a man.
From a grown-ass man who overpowered you physically.
So now this dude is going to be found guilty of the rapings and
put him in a women's prison.
And go to women's prison so he can get more rapings under his belt.
Hell yeah.
God bless him.
Look, I'm just a lady. How the penal system works is none of my business. But I identify as a lady,
but
so
fuck the BBC.
Just that I'm a lady.
Fuck the BBC for that. You know,
Yeah.
Not that I can ever condone it, but if it's some other, if it wasn't a raping, you know,
Yeah.
with a dick,
Yeah. Dick.
if it was, you know, a domestic and it was just something else and you wanted to play the game, okay. Well, she stuck her dick in that poor woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, fuck off.
Against her will.
I don't know. Okay. I know. I know we're not there.
We see the ledge, though.
But it's.
We see the ledge.
We're getting there,
and the conveyor belt is going right off the edge.
Yeah.
And we're hurtling toward it. We're in a boat right now with one paddle, and we all see the fucking waterfall over the edge. That's what we're doing.
I don't know what it's going to take. Like I said, I feel like it's cresting. I said it before.
Yeah, there's some.
I mean, it's not like it's over, so there's still going to be stories. There's still going to be ridiculousness.
Sure.
We're still going, but I feel like the momentum is slowing. I feel like the tide is potentially turning, and people are starting to...
I think you're right. We've seen it with Netflix. We've seen it with... who was the other one recently?
Somebody said stay out of the shit. Who was that? One of their PR department.
Yeah, I wanted Coca-Cola.
Was it Coke?
was like Coca-Cola, Wendy's, like a bunch of them.
It was a marketing firm.
Marketing firm was like, don't engage with the abortion shit.
Yeah.
And
wasn't Coke the one that told you to like check your whiteness or be less white?
Be less white. Yeah. They didn't, meaning. Yeah. But that went over as well as would be expected when it went public. And so they look like assholes for that. So a lot of these departments that have been instilled in these poisonous groups that have been dumped into these companies to radically change everything, people are starting to push back on it. You said it first. It is happening. Elon Musk tweeted out a meme making fun of companies for changing their online logos to LGBT rainbow bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Today's the day.
Yeah. It's Happy Pride Month.
Yeah.
I wish Isis was here. This is his jam.
I got a thing of a notification with a lion's helmet with a rainbow in it.
Of course.
Why
not?
June 1st. Here we go.
Musk posted a meme showing an approaching dust storm covered with corporate logos, including Twitter's in rainbow colors, along with the words, June is almost here.
Yeah.
Wednesday will mark the first day of Pride Month, which is today, observed every June, and many of the world's largest companies typically change their main social media profiles. The tradition of rainbow corporate logos typically generates mockery and controversy each year, with some questioning whether it's a show of true solidarity or a craven attempt at pandering. Oh, no, that's not even debatable. It's 100% pandering.
Yeah.
None of those people care about anything but financial ends. That's it.
That is
Make
it.
no mistake. Coca-Cola doesn't give a flying fuck about the alphabet community on any level ever. They never will. Bottom line dollars. Yeah. If they think it's more profitable to fucking shun those communities, they'll do that. There's nothing to do with it.
They were so worried about trying to appease everyone that they got too worried about the vocal minority and the pushback that they were going to get. And then everybody was so scared of it that they didn't want anything to do with it. And then as that pushback and cancellation bullshit started coming along, and everybody was like, oh,
yeah,
that was it?
That was it?
Oh.
12 fucking butch lesbians with tie-dyed hair.
Geez, we pissed off all these rich fucking Republicans. Why do we fuck
what
these
do we
people?
do that for?
Fuck these blue hairs.
Last year, Fortune magazine noted that many large firms with regional social media accounts did not change their logo for Pride Month in accounts dedicated to the Middle East. Wow. Gay rights are limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny how that works. How you
took targeted,
such a proud stance.
Yeah.
You know, in safe old America, where they have every right that everybody else has.
Yeah.
There are literally no rights that are granted. If anything, they're treated more special in this country than anywhere else on planet Earth, right? This is the safest space for that community. They're represented well overrepresented in TV and culture, pop culture, media. Yeah. I mean, they're everywhere. Fine, whatever. But let's not act like this is, oh my God, your rights are being trampled in America. That's hilarious. Yeah. If Coca-Cola wants to have balls, if the Lions want to have balls, air your fucking pride flag helmet rainbow bullshit in China, in Russia, in Saudi Arabia, any of them, all over the Middle East, anywhere. Go ahead. But you don't. You don't have the balls to do that. No. So you shove it in our face and act like we're the problem. Here's the thing. I remember talking to Raj about this. He's like, racism. I'm like, where is all this racism we run into? It's almost like you're seeking it out.
Yeah.
Right? You got fucked with by the cops. Guess what? I have a dozen stories of cops being assholes to me, too. Okay, cool.
You wouldn't get it. You're white.
Yeah, of course.
Check your privilege.
I got thrown down. Like, this isolated incident happened to me. Okay, well, this isolated incident happened to Troy. Now what? Who's better? Or is it just the way it is? And sometimes in life, you fucking have a rough day. Sometimes you get a cop in a bad mood and he's a dick to you. Doesn't fucking excuse everything. It's not how it works.
No.
But he was saying, there's a town in Texas, Vidor, Texas. And there's still a billboard up there right now that says, don't let the sun hit your black ass on the way out of town. And I said, I don't believe you. I don't believe that sign exists in Vidor, Texas.
Yeah.
I don't. Google machine, we couldn't find it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
You think that would be all over the place?
Because if that actually was up today in Vidor, Texas, I'd go with you personally to protest there.
Yeah.
What are you doing protesting in in Los Angeles?
Right.
What the hell are you doing? Like you're like every other like 2/3 of you are gay and black and Asian, Mexican. Like, what are you protesting there for? Who are you shouting down to? You want to go to Vidor, Texas, because they have a sign up in town that says, "Don't let the sun hit your black ass on the way out of Vidor, Texas."
It was probably put up and destroyed.
Yeah,
it almost
was probably put up in
immediately.
the 1890s. It was up for till the 1940s. You can't find a color picture of it. I couldn't even find a picture of it.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe someone can dig a little deeper and find it. And if you find out that it's up today and you want to go protest in Vidor, Texas for their bigoted, racist ways, I'll fly there and do it with you.
If that was up, you would know it.
Yeah.
And it would be everywhere.
Right.
So,
right.
If it was up and when it was up, how long it was up is irrelevant. You know, it's not there now.
I don't think so.
More than likely.
I couldn't find it. I don't think Raj could find it either.
No.
But, but my point was, this is a lot fucking healthier society than it's ever. It's the safest and most beautiful society it's ever been.
But that's important because that's an example that he used.
Right.
To show how prevalent it is that was wrong.
Yeah.
It's kind of important. I mean, not that it doesn't exist, but that was your go-to?
Yeah.
Oh, just to tell there. Okay. And maybe it does. I'm not going to say for sure, but I got to believe if it really
I remember
existed,
Googling it.
You would know that. It would be on the fucking front of everything. Jeez, here we go.
Right?
Whatever. Yeah. Well, we'll say we can look for another day.
So Vidor, Texas sign. Don't let sun.
All right. Keep talking. I'll try.
Yeah. It would be there. Last year, Fortune noted, like I said, that they did not do this to Pride Month for their accounts dedicated to the Middle East. Such contradictions did not go unnoticed on social media, drawing questions and even mockery of brands that couldn't keep their messaging consistent across markets. Last year, major car brands, including Mercedes, BMW, and Volkswagen, changed their branding in the West for Pride Month while leaving their Middle Eastern accounts unchanged. YouTube, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble also had disparate Pride Month branding across regions. None of those companies' plans were immediately available for 2022.
So I guess I'll pull it back up there for you. It came up Vidor, Texas billboards. I'm like, okay, well, that's where it's going to be.
Yeah.
No. There's not even close. The worst one is this one that says all lives matter, not just black lives. My granddaughter's life mattered. My daughter's, whatever that says.
See if search racist Vidor, Texas billboards.
All right.
See if anything pops up there. I thought I saw one that sort of looked like it could have fit that thing.
You don't think on Google that would be the first thing that came up?
I would think so. Yes.
Yeah. No.
But if that's your main argument talking point, all it would take is one journalist from the New York Times to go to Vidor, Texas.
There's a picture that looks like it. I wouldn't say it's a billboard. It looks like some bullshit sign that some guy put up in his yard. I mean, it's not.
Okay. Let me see that.
Let me go to there. This. We want white tenants in our white community.
Okay, and when is that from?
Far from a billboard. I don't know. It doesn't even give a time. Yeah. But some racist asshole put it up in his fucking yard is not quite the same as having a billboard still up.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything anywhere. This is racist. Vidor police muddled up the case, botched up the case.
We want white tenants in our white community. That looks like it's posted from the 1940s.
Yeah, it's a black and white picture for one.
Right.
And that's it. I grew up in the most hateful town in America. So that's probably an old picture.
Yeah.
True for that. And again, there's nothing there. I mean, nothing even close to that. And I'm 100 pictures deep in this. So I got to believe that is just not true.
Yeah.
It's just factually incorrect.
Yeah.
So be careful what examples you use.
Well, yeah, and I wasn't going to call him on it. I've never known Raj to be anything but honest and fair in discussions we've had. And I can tell which news outlets he's reading and listening to based on the talking points. He would say the same to me. Mm-hmm. So in fairness, I will give him that. But, this one, it wasn't like I could dispute it, but it was just like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
you're telling me in the year 2021, when this was going on, or 2020, in America, in a town in Texas, this billboard's up. Okay, well, I'll go with you tomorrow. We could protest that.
Absolutely.
I'm on board.
Yep.
Probably rally a few friends, too.
I'll take a can of spray paint myself and go cover that thing up.
Absolutely.
But
Oops, couldn't find it.
Interesting.
No sign to paint over. We can bring spray paint, but we're making our own sign.
Yeah.
From scratch, because that one doesn't exist.
Odd.
Okay. Ewan McGregor.
Uh-huh.
We a fan of Ewan?
I'm pretty much indifferent.
I am too.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not
Something
a super
about
fan.
the beard on him.
He hasn't done anything to offend me.
Yeah.
But isn't the beard a Kenobi thing? Isn't that like part of it? He's kind of kept it since that.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that I was like, dude, he fucking killed it in that.
Yeah.
But I can't also think of anything where like, he sucked. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So indifferent.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Something about him I want to punch.
Just a guy that's collecting a paycheck.
Yeah. Well, he's the star of, and I do want to see this. I hear it's pretty good. I don't know.
Jump on board, cheap.
I know, right?
Ride it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
They'll just keep churning out garbage for you to destroy the fucking.
I love the little baby guy, though, the green guy. He's just the best.
Baby Yoda right in the
No,
face.
his name's Grego or something. It's not Baby Yoda, but it's Baby Yoda, and I loves him. I loves Baby Yoda. He's so cute when he goes like this. And then he passes out because he's so exhausted because he's so wee. But he can do his special powers with his claw.
That's awful. God, is that terrible?
Yeah.
Disney's going to kill this franchise.
My mom and I got into it during the pandemic, and we would watch those. My dad would go.
Was that
my dad was
the Mandalorian thing?
My dad was you. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. I'm going to go read Hi-Fi reviews.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I'm with Bob on this one.
Yeah. Sit down and read those.
I'll go read High Times.
But excuse me. But every week when it would come out, my mom would be like, well, we got a Baby Yoda to go to, and we'd watch it. It was just kind of our thing.
So it is Baby Yoda.
No, it's not. It's Grogu.
Interesting.
Baby Yoda for the lay, who don't understand, but they all know the puppet.
Okay.
Ewan McGregor has blasted fans who sent his Star Wars co-star Moses Ingram horrendous, racist, direct messages after the debut of the series last week. Ingram plays Reva Savanda, the third sister, in the new miniseries Obi-Wan Kenobi. On Monday, she revealed racist messages sent to her by Star Wars fans. McGregor defended the 29-year-old actress and said he'd been sickened by the messages. There's no place for racism in this world, Troy.
It's fair.
It seems that some of the fan base have decided to attack Moses online and send her the most horrendous racist DMs. I heard some of this morning, and it broke my heart. Ingram's a brilliant actor, brilliant woman, amazing in this series. I just want to say, as leading actor in the series, as the executive producer, we stand with Moses. We love Moses, and if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. That doesn't make any sense. Well, if you're sending,
you can be a Star
messages,
Wars fan and a racist, I suppose.
Right?
But,
he doesn't get to decide what a fan is.
No, but he can say we don't need you as a fan.
Okay, fine, but he can't. What he can't say is, if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. I guess it's in his mind.
Yeah.
So in his warped mind.
Yeah.
Ingram took to Instagram stories to show off a series of bigoted messages she received on social media. There's nothing anybody can do to stop this hate. I question my purpose and even being here in front of you saying that this has happened. I don't really know. Sort of fuck off. You're a public figure. Get used to it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But just the fact that she's black.
Yeah. You're a public figure. You're going to get shit. If you're fat, you're going to get it. If you're fucking Asian, you're going to get chink stuff.
You will.
If you're black, you're going to get a small percentage of people that are racist, or they know that that's the most hurtful thing they can say to you. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be a public figure, you need to be able to stand up and take that. I get hit with fat shit every day.
Yeah.
Every fucking day someone calls me fat.
Yeah, well, you can not be fat. She can not be black.
Well, she could identify as not black.
It's true. Good point.
The thing that bothers me is this feeling inside of myself that no one has told me, but this feeling that I have to shut up and take it, and I have to grin and bear it, and I'm not built that way. Star Wars issued a statement, and I'm not backing the racist pieces of shit that are.
It sounded a little bit like.
I'm not. I'm really not.
No, they're fucking wrong on every level.
Yeah, but I know what they're doing, and I know why they're doing it, and so I'll explain my take on that in a minute. We're proud to welcome Moses into the Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. If anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, we have only one thing to say: we resist.
I see what they
Star
did
Wars
there.
reference.
Yeah, I got that.
There are more than 20.
That's a real Star Wars reference.
Hell yeah. There are more than 20 million sentient species in the Star Wars galaxy. Don't choose to be a racist. But Star Wars is slammed over the tweet, telling critics of its newest show, don't be racist, even though the Disney-owned franchise previously shrunk Black Star John Boyega's photo in a movie poster to appease Chinese audiences. See how they did that? Yeah. They made the white characters really big, and the black ones, they shrunk way down.
Gotcha.
Just for China.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because money is all that matters.
Yeah, just
so
like
they
didn't pump their pride shit. This month over there.
Oh no, they changed all the scenes. They
selective marketing.
They fixed all the scenes in the Queen biopic.
Oh yeah.
Anyone where Freddie was kissing a guy or referenced being gay,
yep.
stripped out of that for Chinese audiences. That's how much they believe in standing by your community.
Obviously,
money is all that matters to these franchises and these people.
Yeah.
Dana Lash hit back at the franchise for tweets pointing out how members of its promotions team diminished characters of color to ensure the film would be profitable in China. Didn't you shrink or cut altogether all characters of color from your promotional materials in China so you could get that market dollars? So the first racist message was, your days are numbered.
Well, it sounds like a threat.
Sort of does.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's racist, though. Is it just because she's black? If you say that to a black person, your days are numbered?
No, not necessarily. It could be you're a terrible actress and it's not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
But overall, that's very thready.
I think this one's more racist.
Huh?
You are not the first N-word in Star Wars, fool.
That's true. Lando, God damn it.
Yeah, Billy D. Williams.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. You suck, loser. You're a diversity hire and won't be remembered for this acting role. You have now been converted into St. George of Floydium of Star Wars. Are you happy? How the fuck does an alien know Ebonics?
Okay. Well, listen, there's ignorance
out
there. And if you're, I would have more respect if they came at her for being a shitty actress.
Yeah.
Right? But if it's just you want to play the race card, you lose all validity for me.
Well, here's what I think's going on. I'll tell you my take on this. For how long has Star Wars been around? Since 78, so like 40 years?
Yeah.
For 40 years, you had one prominent black character in the entire Star Wars galaxy. Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian, right? If I'm missing one...
Yeah, Sam Jackson.
Okay, but you're talking about the new woke stuff. For 30 years that the originals existed.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about the first three, Samuel Jackson was...
Where the hype and global spectacle of Star Wars started in the trilogy.
That was just the first three. There was 5 of the original.
No, there was 3. No. There was
I know.
Yeah, Empire
Star
Strikes
Wars,
Back.
Empire, and Jedi, but that wasn't it's not just the trilogy. I mean, that wasn't the whole fucking series.
It went 3, 3, 3. And so when you're talking about the next 3 that sucked, in the early 2000s,
I don't even know what the hell that was called.
They were in the 2000s.
Yeah, that was the Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, it was garbage. Garbage.
Yeah, they were total shit.
So that was the first dip into the woke. So when you're talking about the Star Wars universe, the madness, the fucking conventions, the people dressing up for conventions, the people lining up the building 10 times over to go see the first midnight showing, you're talking about the first 3 that launched that franchise. That's what I'm talking about. So for those 30 years, those 20 years, 25 years, whatever it was, those were the main story before the last 10 years, 20 years that they've done all the rest. That's where your base comes from. They played along with the shitty middle 3 because of the strong base.
For the record, it's been the last 5 or 10 or whatever since Disney bought the shit out.
Right.
Even before that, the other ones were still Lucas.
Yes. They took the keys from the old man. After the first one of the second chapter. Right. My point is, fuck the last 6. The first 3 are what made the franchise. Okay. Everybody agrees. Those are the 3 that made the franchise.
Yeah.
This is my point. In that world they created, there was one prominent black actor.
Okay.
Right? Billy D. Williams.
Uh-huh.
So
he wasn't allowed to have a kid?
Yeah, but he was the only one predominantly featured. So
that was also the time.
Hold on, dude. Let me finish my point.
Okay, Archie Bunker.
Well,
go ahead.
Archie Bunker, come on, man. I'm saying you can have an all black and Asian cast going forward. I don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
Great. But don't expect your audience not to notice it. Don't expect them not to notice drastic changes to the entire cast of characters.
By having a black woman in it?
By having all black women in it and fucking Asian women. And yeah. So I'm saying I understand how some people are like, really? We watched this franchise for 30 years, have one black dude in it. Now every lead is black. I'm good. Make them all black and lesbian. I don't give a fuck. Great. But I can understand why people are going, interesting. The most woke corporation on planet Earth woke the fuck out of this series.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my take on it. That's my point.
Okay. So why are they attacking her for being black?
I don't know.
Because
they're fucking dumb. They're dumb. That's why. And
yes.
And here's the other thing. It sounds like something else happened here that we're not being told. It's like she said something in an interview or that pissed people off. Some of these comments.
I didn't get that from any of the other ones.
You have now been converted into St. George Floydium of Star Wars. Are you happy? How the fuck does an alien know ebonics? You're a diversity hire and you won't be remembered for this acting role. Maybe that's just, I can't imagine anybody who's watched the Star Wars franchise over the last however many years since Disney bought it would have this reaction to any of the actors. John Boyega or whatever. He was great. He was fine as Finn. Yeah, the Asian girl, she was fine. She's great. You know, I thought she was fine.
Or he's just a racist piece of shit.
Yeah, but why now? Why this actress?
Well, maybe. How do you know he hasn't done it to other people?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
But it just is, it doesn't sit well to me. And I have zero tolerance for it, really, in all honesty. So you could say it's because and to go back to your original point of why I was Archie bunkering you is because, in the 70s when they made the movies and fucking TV was 90% white, 95% white, well, that's not what it is now.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if they did make an all-white cast, unless it's Coming to America 2, you can't get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not excusing Disney by any fucking stretch, because fuck them in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's wow, there was no black people in the original, so there shouldn't be any black people now.
I didn't say that. I said you could hire all black people.
You said you could understand why people,
yes.
why. But can you?
Yes.
Really?
I can understand how you've become a fan of something for 30 years, and this is your thing. They know every line, they know every character, they know everything, and then there's an entire new universe, but it's still tied to this one that doesn't make sense. The characters overmatch. It's like all of a sudden there's a whole different. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
racist is what it is.
So
ignorant and racist.
So
is what it is.
So Star Wars is ignorant and racist.
No. Those, don't you dare. Those people are ignorant and racist.
Yeah, of course they are.
I said. Yes, that's all it is. So, but and why on any level would you defend it? Okay, I know you're saying you're not.
I'm not.
You're also saying you can understand why. So it's not exactly.
It's the forced nature of this type of thing. I understand how people can go, oh, this feels a little forced. Oh, this feels a little fraudulent.
Of course.
Like, oh, you put a rainbow flag on your Nike logo, all of a sudden you're all in. I don't buy it. I don't buy it with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so I can understand how other people, like I said, make the whole cast black.
So don't
I don't care.
Don't watch.
But I do watch. I still enjoy it.
Okay, great.
And I'm not going to write anyone a racist message.
Okay, well, see,
because I'm not a piece of shit asshole.
There's varying levels, but you somehow empathize with them.
I'm not empathizing with them. I'm just giving a perspective. Like, I'm trying to think what you'd relate it to that we would have been into, like hardcore as kids. But I don't know what it is.
Okay,
I don't know what it is that we would be. It would be Star Wars, I suppose.
Yeah.
Where if all of a sudden you dramatically change the whole cast,
and guess why I don't watch it anymore?
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah,
you racist son of a bitch.
No, because it's bullshit now. They've destroyed the fucking franchise.
Yeah,
they've destroyed the product. They've oversaturated it, and they're destroying it.
Yeah,
that's why. It doesn't have anything to do with. I don't give a shit of who or what is in it.
Mm-hmm.
But the writing was on the wall 10 years ago.
Yeah,
and I bowed out. Fine. But to still be into it, act like, and especially at this point, when it's come this far, when it's been, you know what I mean? It's not like all of a sudden this is the first one in 20 years and now everybody's just black and Chinese. Like, what the fuck just happened? Okay, I can see that, but it's the evolution, the way it's been.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it. Stop giving these cocks your money.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm not giving them my money. For the record, I canceled my Disney Plus account.
Yeah.
I got G's password because I want. There was something I wanted to watch, Dude, it's tough. There's a lot of Disney stuff that's fucking great.
You do you.
I will do me.
All right. Hey, does your money work as hard as you
And
do?
I don't like you calling me Archie Bunker, you fuck. You know what I was talking about. I'm not Archie Bunker in here. Stop it. Not fair. Enough people think I'm a racist asshole. I don't need my fucking co-host ginning them up.
No, it was more of a time reference, is what it was. Of saying that it was back in the 70s.
Explain that to the haters.
Oh,
They'll get the subtlety reference.
That was more of
It's
the
fair.
time.
That's
of it.
fair.
That's what it was. It wasn't calling you specifically, but going back to that time.
Archie
of
Bunker's a
television.
legend. I take great pride.
Absolutely right. Yeah,
He's a fat, funny guy.
brilliant. 8, you're going to spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for your retirement. Do you know if you're going to be able to retire on your terms, Michael?
No.
I didn't think so. How could you if you don't have a plan? Let Mark and Jay at LPL Financial help make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call them today at 248-626-2000.
Thank you. Coming over here? You want to just sit there? No, you got to switch. No. I had it potted down.
Securities and advisory services
I didn't.
offered through
No, I didn't.
LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Scan through to find it.
Well, he had it so that we could use the grievance.
I know.
Yeah.
I understand. But I went to go hit it, and I was like, that's not it. That's not it. Shit.
That's not the spot it's usually at. What was in the spot?
Fuck, I don't know.
Hillary
Just not
barking.
that one. Something else. I don't know. I had to go a couple pages to find it. So
I never know if this stories. I wanted to do another story here before we get to some email.
okay.
I never know if I should even bother doing these stories, if people just hate them. I think they're fantastic, but I know...
Is this trans?
No.
Okay, good.
No, Hunter Biden and his laptop.
Good.
Like, the more they churn through these laptops with these hundreds of thousands of gigs and shit, they keep coming out with new batches of stuff. Like, oh, look what we found in Hunter Biden's laptop. And it's like, it's the greatest find in the history of the world. It's a treasure trove.
Yeah.
I
gift that
love
keeps
Hunter
on
Biden.
giving.
Dude, it's Christmas morning every time a new thing drops. And you realize what a degenerate piece of shit this guy is. Like, it makes me feel so much better about myself. Like,
is it better than the fappening?
The fappening?
Yeah.
Which was that?
When they dropped everybody's like sex tapes?
Oh, you mean like Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
I saw her butthole.
That was called
and
the
I liked
fappening.
it. Yeah. That was great. But this is, I hate to make it about politics, but I can only imagine what the world would be doing if this was Don Jr.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that's
on any level.
That's
fraction
a lame
of
take.
It
you know,
is,
but
it's true.
For 6 years, all my liberal friends have told me what a cokehead Don Jr. is.
Yeah.
With no evidence to back it up. And I don't know, maybe there was a picture of him at a party and there was coke on a table somewhere in the 80s. I don't know.
Haven't seen it.
I
but
don't care. I've done enough coke in my life, so fuck, whatever.
Right.
I don't judge someone for their habit
Sure.
at all. I can enjoy reading about it, though, a lot. So, you know, I continue to say this is a Joe Biden story, not a Hunter Biden story, because his decrepit fucking existence he's a sick man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But if this was Don Jr., be honest with yourselves.
Well, it's the irony and the hypocrisy of that this was squashed at the time of the election because it was false news, Russian propaganda.
Before
all
I
the
get to that,
what it was,
I'm gonna read you some highlights today, T.
Okay.
What they found, but I think I forgot to mention Patreon.com/TDC Podcast.
Yeah, you did.
And there's plenty more show to go. So, you know,
hang in there.
Ryan's gonna fucking have my ass.
Yeah, you know, you got to change it up a little bit.
Sign up, show your support, exclusive content you'll love. There's a tier for everyone. Just dumped in exclusive content with me and E before you got home yesterday, and we had a good conversation. So that's in there. You and I will do more this week.
Yeah, you got to keep them on their toes.
Yeah,
you throw it in the beginning, and all the time they expect it.
Yeah,
this one they didn't see
Fast
coming.
forward, never saw it.
They didn't see him coming.
Blindsided.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Amazon link, DetroitCast.com. Click the link. Shop as normal. MyPillow.com. Use promo code TDC. If you're on the website, look for the red radio tag in the upper right-hand corner. Click on that. It'll take you to the radio specials for all media members that are doing this sort of thing. Just use our code, and you'll get even better deals there. Walters at DetroitCast.com. Continue to send emails. A lot of this stuff will be changing in the coming days. We're very, very, very close. I tell you, we're very close. We're wrapping things up, but so anyway, when we have news on that, we will break that to you immediately.
Breaking news.
Yes. Get your wallets ready because it's literally just about
shut
time
up
to
and
start.
take my money.
start buying T-shirts and sweatshirts that are coming out. And there is a limited run at first because we need to see what we can do.
Yeah.
So
we've talked you guys up too, so don't make us look like dicks.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Oh my God, that would be horrific. They're like, do you think you can sell 100 shirts? I'm like, yeah, we could sell 100 shirts. We could sell hundreds of shirts. They're like, yeah, a lot of people think that. So you fucking monsters better deliver. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. We're going to be dropping more and more stuff in the future too. Anyways, Hunter Biden's search history reveals an obsession with porn. This fucking idiot accidentally sent one of his porn tapes to his dad.
They have that.
That's how fucking cracked out this guy.
Like him fucking his tape or like just a porn?
Him filmed himself fucking in a porn tape and then texted it to dad in his phone contacts.
Big guy.
That's the level of fucking cracked out of this.
Fantastic.
Dude, you think
the smartest guy he knows.
Smartest guy he knows. Absolutely. He had incest fantasies. He'd search 18-year-old lonely widow porn, MILF crack cocaine porn.
Oh, there you go.
As well as instructions on how to hack a lover's cell phone, like a lot.
Oh boy.
Repeated Google searches of himself and DuckDuckGo searches of himself.
Oh, smart.
Like in a row.
Wait, I thought that was safe. God damn it.
Dozens of videos
I thought
on
that was safe.
What?
DuckDuckGo stuff.
Yeah, right.
Well, they don't
That's
track
true.
it, but I guess if that's in your history specifically, then you can
you don't delete your
get it
history.
that way. Yeah.
You're too cracked out to delete your
All
history.
right. So that's reverse. That DuckDuckGo still the way to go.
Dozens of videos on the laptop also reveal his penchant for filming himself having sex with prostitutes and posting the home videos on his own Pornhub account under the surname R.H. East. The president's son took care not to show his face in the uploaded videos. Of the 281 websites captured in his browsing history over 6 days, 98 were porn.
Boy. I mean, what else? You email, you do a little shit here and there, and porn.
Hunter texted a link to his Pornhub page to a phone number that he saved in his contact book as dad on October 22nd.
Oh, my God.
Hunter,
I should ask Joe about it, but he won't remember.
No, he won't remember exactly. He probably doesn't even look at his phone. Hunter, who had a controversial relationship with his brother's widow, also repeatedly searched Pornhub for videos involving widows, including homemade widow porn, homemade lonely widow porn, and lonely widow porn. Hunter searched for porn videos involving teens. Videos he visited include an 18-year-old and really good at riding dick. Teen Fidelity, Country Girl Raylan, and Cream Pie, and lucky foreign student stripped and fucked by horny teen pals.
Okay.
He also searched for Washington, D.C. MILF crack cocaine 7 times through the week.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
He was looking for something very specific.
It was probably something he filmed.
Right.
It's like, where is that old
God
link?
Damn it.
I know I titled it Washington, D.C. MILF crack cocaine. I remember the MILF.
Oh, my God. That's great.
He also search engine DuckDuckGo for himself. Text and videos on the laptop show the president's son ordering prostitutes to his hotel rooms in California and Connecticut, discussing buying and using crack with them, and filming porn videos with them, which he then posted online on his Pornhub account. The videos Hunter filmed on his laptop include one where a woman uses her feet, jacking him off.
Oh, yeah. A little foot jobber.
Yeah. In another, Hunter puts his hand around it. He starts choking this bitch out. Screenshots from another video show Hunter left a woman tied up on his bed with a red stocking over her head while he went out to get pastries.
Okay.
So she's tied to the bed with a stocking over her fucking face.
It's not a terrible move.
He returned, took a screenshot as he munched on a sandwich and laid a chocolate croissant out in front of the hooded and tied up woman. The videos are mainly filmed using his laptop's webcam, but he also filmed himself using a phone on a selfie stick and in a threesome with 2 women. One of them uses an iPad to film a hard-to-reach angle. In several of the raw videos, he finishes with the woman and then leaves the camera running as he hunches in front of the screen, pouring over the footage. So he's immediately watching his own fucking sex tape. At one point, he navigates his own profile under the pseudonym R.H. East. The page says he watched 3,631 videos, had 24 subscribers, and 66 friends on the site.
Oh, jeez.
Lastly, Pornhub users have commented on the videos, apparently aware the account once was used by Hunter. You know, it kind of went dark 3 years ago.
Okay.
When he left the laptops at a...
Yeah.
Yeah, Delaware shop.
Odd timing, but
Yeah.
okay.
User Goon McCummond.
Smart.
Goon McCummond commented, "Pretty good taste, Hunter. Now if you only didn't have that taste for crack and meth." Another user named China Joe Biden wrote, "Good morning. It's a beautiful day to make money in China." On top of his porn and prostitute habits and interests, the president's son was a regular user of sex cam sites. His search history includes 5 visits to adult cam site glasscams.com. Screen recordings he made on his computer show him naked interacting live with women. His browsing also focused on hacking and spying. Hire a professional hacker. Catch a cheater. How do I track a cheating husband? Have you ever hired someone to hack a cheating spouse's cell phone? Like, he's absolutely
Paranoid.
into this. Yeah, paranoid
Yeah.
as shit.
And then he leaves it at the fucking shop.
It's the
You didn't
greatest-
Google what happens if I leave my shit at the,
Right.
fucking You Break I Fix store.
Oh,
You Break
God.
Unfucked.
It's so great. So great.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's
Smartest guy I know.
Smartest guy I know. Absolutely. Famous quote, man. I'm going to piss my pants, so I'll
Okay.
just do a couple emails.
Yeah.
It's from Jeremiah. Jug. I know Jug. Big Jim.
All right.
He was one of the bouncers at Rumors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jug. Rip Big Jim. Big Jim was the other guy. Both fucking massive dudes. You've met him. But Jim passed away a couple years ago. Very sad. 2 of the sweetest teddy bears you'll ever meet, but they were the ones that would fucking VIP us up. And
That's usually how that works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Mike. Loving the new direction of the show with T-Roy. Quick story. One night cleaning up the bar at Rumors, I spotted a wallet on the floor. I picked it up immediately and checked it for cash. There was over $2,000 in it. Score, right? Then I looked at the ID. It was Riley's wallet.
Son of a bitch.
Fuck. Can't pocket that. He called the bar and asked if anyone found it. I grabbed the phone and told him I had it. He said he would be right up. He met me out back with his dog. I gave him the wallet and cash back. He gave me 6 sweet tickets for his New Year's Eve 2005 show. Fair trade. Anyway, hope there's a meetup soon. Rip Big Jim. Keep spitting the truth, Jug.
Right on.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What are the odds? You open it, it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
it's
God
fucking-
damn it.
it's the king, man. I can't fuck over Matt Riley. Are
Exactly.
you joking?
Yeah.
Well, this emailer says not for the show. Well, you don't get to decide what's for the show.
Oh, well.
If you email in, you can make that disclaimer. But if you write a great email, sorry,
Yeah.
you don't get a
So
say in it.
will you do at least the service of not saying the name?
Yeah,
Leave it
Oh,
anonymous?
absolutely.
Give
Yeah,
them
of course.
anonymity?
totally.
Okay. Well, then we're
Cops.
still going to read it.
Yeah, cops in schools. Again, not for the show. Too bad.
Womp, womp.
He is a fucking retard.
Mm.
My dad was a cop. When he could show up at my stuff, he came fucking armed. It wasn't hidden. He was plain clothes, undercover with a gun on his hip. If he thinks cops in schools is hurting children, he's crazy. Kids shouldn't be scared of cops. Bottom line. I don't give a shit what race, area, home life these kids have. The cops should have a community relationship with the kids in the neighborhood. And with the narrative today, that's impossible. All of this makes me so mad. No one should need free therapy. Raise your kids right. I don't have kids, so maybe I'm the retard. I agree there's a major mental health problem in this country. It does need to be addressed, and I have no solution for what is going on, but universal health care, coming from a healthcare background, is a horrible idea. How much more free shit do we give people? All the warning signs were there with this kid, and no one spoke up. If there are red flags, people need to do something. If my nieces or nephews showed this behavior, I would be all over it. So anyhow, fuck E for thinking cops are too scary to be in school. Everyone in my family is a cop except me, and I support them so effing hard. Seeing the beat down these guys get day after day is infuriating. Rant over, good but annoying show, and I usually stick up for E. And I didn't know the Amazon link was still valid, so I screwed that up the past few weeks. I have COVID, and I am just brain dead.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about your sniffles.
Yeah. Sorry about those sniffles. Yeah, you'll get over it soon.
Hopefully.
All right, let's get out of here, T.
Good enough for me.
We'll save these for tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
And we'll be back. Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday.
It is.
Yeah.
Short week.
Isis will be here.
Oh, God damn it.
I know.
He's going to be here. What is he going to be here every fucking day?
No, a couple times a week
I'm
he was
just
talking
kidding.
about it, yeah. Unless he gets too annoying, and then we'll just say, oh, it's crazy. We ended the show.
Just
E.
kidding. I love
We
the
ended the
kid.
show, E. You don't have to come in
I
anymore.
want him to get his shit done so he can sit over here.
Yeah.
I can
yeah.
go back to doing my stuff.
Exactly.
Right?
I like
was
it.
playing the, I can't push the
My
buttons."
arm. And then he takes a
And
sling
then he goes,
off
oh,
starts
this fucking feels great. I don't
talking
think I
and
need surgery or
waving his
anything.
hands around.
But I can't click the mouse.
I can't click
Oh.
anything. I
I
can't click enter.
He's like, I could do it with my left hand over here, but I can't do it with this.
Yeah.
Anyway, just kidding. E, you're
Let's
not
put it to the
listening
test
anyway.
tomorrow. All right. See you, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.